homopolysaccharides. These yield on hydrolysis a single monosaccharide. They serve as both storage, that is starch, glycogen, inulin, and structural polysaccharides, cellulose, pectin, chitin in the type of polysaccharides. Starch occurrence. It is the most important reserve food material of the higher plants and is found in cereals, legumes, potatoes and other vegetables. More than half the carbohydrate ingested by humans is starch. Sago starch is obtained from sago palm, metroxylon, rampati, the arrowroot from the foods from Euglizimia. It is usually present inside the plant cells as compact insoluble granules, which may be spherical, lens-shaped or ovoid, and which have a distinctly layered structure. Chemistry of starch. Natural starches consist of two components: amylase, that is 15 to 20%, a long unbranched straight chain component, and amylopectin, that is 80 to 85%, a branched chain polysaccharide. Starch from waxy corn is notable as it consists practically of amylopectin component, there being no amylose. Amylose. Alpha amylose or simply amylose has a molecular weight range of 10,000 to 50,000. It may be formed in plant cells by elimination of a molecule of water from glycosidic OH group of 1 alpha D glucose molecule and alcoholic OH group on carbon 4 of the adjacent D glucose molecule. The linkage in amylose is thus an alpha 1,4 glycosidide. Like that, in maltose, enzymatic hydrolysis of amylose with amylase henceforth yield maltose units only. Amylose may be considered as an anhydride of alpha D glucose units. Amylopectin, beta amylose or isoamylose or amylopectin has a high molecular weight range of 50,000 to 1 lakh, thus indicating the presence of 300 to 5,500 glucose units per molecule. This possesses the same basic chain of alpha 1,4 glycoside linkage like that of amylose, but has in addition many side chains attached to the basic chain by alpha 1,4 glycosidic linkage, similar to those in isomaltose. It may thus be seen that the glucose unit present at each point of branching as substituents not only on carbon atom 1 and 4 but also on carbon atom 6. In other words, these glucose units have 3 points of attachment to serve as branching points. The average chain length is about 24 glucose units. Amylopectin, upon incomplete hydrolysis, yields the disaccharide isomaltose. Properties. Starch is a white, soft, amorphous powder and lacks sweetness. It is insoluble in water, alcohol and ether at ordinary temperature. The specific rotation of starch, that is plus 196 degree. The microscopic form of the starch grains is characteristics of the source of starch. Starch on partial hydrolysis by boiling with water under pressure at about 250 degree Celsius breaks down into large fragments called dextrins. The resulting dextrins then confer stiffness of cloths that have been starched and ironed. Starch molecule is highly hydrated since it contains many exposed hydroxyl groups. With the results, starch when extracted from granules with hot water forms turbid and colloidal solution. In common with other polysaccharides, starch is a non-reducing carbohydrate since carbonyl groups of all units except one of the two terminal ones participate in the glycosidic linkages. Hydrolysis. Alpha amylase found in the digestive tract of animals, in saliva and the pancreatic juice. Hydrolyzes the linear amylose chain by attacking alpha-1,4 linkages at random throughout the chain to produce a mixture of maltose and glucose. Beta amylase, an enzyme found in plants, attacks the non-reducing end of amylose to yield successive units of maltose. Amylopectin can also be attacked by alpha and beta amylases, but the alpha-1,4 glycosidic bonds near the branching point in amylopectin and the alpha-1,6 bond itself are not hydrolyzed by these enzymes. A separate debranching enzyme, an alpha-1,6 glycosidase, can hydrolyze the bond at the branched points. Therefore, the combined action of alpha amylase and the alpha-1,6 glycosidase with hydrolyzes amylopectin, ultimately to a mixture of glucose and maltose. Starch is readily hydrolyzed by mineral acid with the final production of glucose. The course of hydrolysis may be followed by the gradual change in color when treated with iodine, blue to purple, purple to red to none, and also by the increase in the concentration of reducing sugar. The compound which yields only glucose molecules on hydrolysis is called a glucosone. Hence, starch is glucosone. If hydrolysis of starch is interrupted early, dextrins are formed. The dextrins are white powder and are used for making adhesives and confectionery, for sizing paper, etc. These materials possess adhesive properties and are used as adhesives on paper products. The difference between amylose and amylopectin. It is divided into three columns, that is basis of comparisons, amylose and amylopectin. The first one is amylose. Description. Amylose is an unbranched chain polymer of D-glucosinates. If iodine test, it gives a dark blue or black color when iodine solution is added. It is less soluble in water. Reaction with hot water. It does not form a gel when hot water is added. It contains about 20 to 30% of starch. During hydrolysis, it with the alpha amylase and beta amylase enzymes completely. The glycosidic linkage, it has a alpha-1,4 glycosidic linkages. It is a straight chain structure. It is a gray storage system for energy. It has 300 several thousands units of glucose. When coming to the amylopectin, amylopectin is a branched chain polymer of D-glucosinates. It gives a reddish brown color when iodine solution is added. It is more soluble in water. It forms a gel when hot water is added to it. It contains about 70 to 80% of starch, and it cannot be hydrolyzed with alpha amylase and beta amylase completely. It has a alpha-1,4 glycosidic linkages and alpha-1,6 glycosidic linkages. It is branched structure. It only stores a small amount of energy, and finally it has 2000 to 200,000 units of glucose. Glycogen occurrence. It is the major reserve food in animals, and it is often called animal starch. Glycogen is stored in the liver and muscles of animals. It is especially abundant in the liver, where it may attain up to 7% of the wet weight. It occurs in animal cells as particles much smaller than the starch grains. Chemistry of glycogen. Glycogen is a branched chain polysaccharide and resembles amylopectin very much in structure, rather than amylose, for which there is no animal equivalent, but has somewhat more glucose residues per molecule and about 1.5 times as many branching points. Also, the chains are shorter, 10 to 20 glucose units, and hence the molecules is even more highly branched and more compact. These differences, however, do not alter the functional behavior of the molecule. Its molecular weight is 1 to 2 into 10 to the power of 7 molecules. Properties. It is a white powder and is more soluble in water than amylopectin. Hence, it is readily forms suspension even in cold water. Glycogen is precipitated from aqueous solutions by addition of ethyl alcohol and is fairly stable in hot alkali. It is non-reducing sugar and gives red color with iodine. The red color, however, disappears on boiling and reappear on cooling. Hydrolysis of glycogen. On incomplete hydrolysis with alpha-1,4 glucan maltohydrolase, glycogen yields maltose. However, the acids completely hydrolyzes it into glucose. Cellulose. Occurrence. Cellulose is not only the most abundant extracellular structural polysaccharide of the plant world, but also undoubtedly the most abundant of all biomolecules in the biosphere. It is present in all land plants, but it is completely lacking in meat, egg, fish and milk. It is, however, not metabolized by the human system. It is the most widely distributed carbohydrate of the plants, although certain tunicates also possess it. Cellulose occurs in the cell wall of plants, where it contributes in a major way to the structure of the organism. Lacking a skeleton of bone onto which organs and tissues may be organized, the higher plant relies on its cell wall to bear its own weight, whether it is the smallest flower and tallest sequoia tree. Cellulose is often found associated with other structural substances such as lignin. Plant residues in soil consist of 40 to 70% of cellulose. This high cellulose content emphasizes the importance of cellulolytic organisms in the mineralization process and in the carbon cycle. It occurs in nearly pure form in cotton, that is 94%, flax 90%, and in the wood of many plants, that is 60%. It is not usually found in bacterial cell walls, but it is the substance which keeps the cells of Sarcina ventriculia together in the large packets or branches. Chemistry of cellulose. The molecular weight of cellulose, that is, ranges between 200,000 and 2 lakh, thus corresponding to 1250 to 12,500 glucose residues per molecule. It may be formed by talking about molecule of water from the glycosidic OH group on the carbon atom 1 of the 1 beta glucose molecule and the alcoholic OH group on carbon atom 4 of the adjacent beta D glucose molecule. It thus resembles in structure with amylose except that the glucose units are linked together by beta-1,4 glycosidic linkages. Cellulose may henceforth be regarded as an anhydride of beta-D glucose units. Properties of cellulose. It is a fibrous, taut, white solid, insoluble in water, but soluble in ammonial cupric hydroxide solution. It gives no color with iodine and lacks sweetness. Although insoluble in water, cellulose absorbs water and adds to the bulk of the fecal matter and accelerates its removal. Cellulose, like starch, is composed of glucose monomers, but the orientation of the bond between monomers in cellulose is different, such that every other glucose molecule is upside down. Unlike starch, Cellulose has great structural strength due partially to the difference in bonding and partially to the arrangement of the parallel molecules of cellulose into long cross-linked fibers. Plant cells often deposit cellulose fibers in layers that run at angles to each other, resulting in resistance to tearing in both directions. Because of the lack of chemical reactivity, the cellulose is of no nutritive value unlike starch. However, the same characteristics have made it so useful as fibers for paper and cloth. In man, the cellulose is not digested since it does not possess an enzyme capable of catalyzing the cleavage of beta-glycosidic bond. However, the ruminants, cattle, sheep, goats, camels, and giraffes, certain wood-eating insects are able to digest it because the microorganisms present in the digestive tract do possess such digesting enzymes. Also, certain wood-eating insects, such as termites, readily digest cellulose because their intestinal tract arbors a parasitic protozoan, Trichopa. Hydrolysis of cellulose. Cellulose is a relatively inert material and is completely degraded only under the most drastic conditions. For example, it may be hydrolyzed to glucose when treated with concentrated sulfuric acid or hydrochloric acid or with concentrated sodium hydroxide. Biological importance of cellulose. Huge quantities of cellulose are made annually by the plants of the globe. It is estimated that every day some 50 kg of cellulose is synthesized by the plant world for each human being on the earth. Cellulose is also a very useful substance. Wood, cotton, paper and cardboard are all largely cellulose. Dried wood contains about 65% cellulose, 30% lignin and 2% pentosanes. In the manufacture of paper, wood is cooked with water, lime and SO2. To remove lignin leaving behind the cellulose, these fibers are then separated into mats and rolled into sheets, which may be coated to provide a smooth writing surface. When heavy paper is treated with H2SO4, the translucent percent paper is obtained. Cotton treated with alkali becomes somewhat translucent, acquires a silky luster and is called mercerized cotton. Rayon is made from cellulose by dissolving the materials in NaOH and CS2. Cellulose nitrates are used in explosives, lacquers, celluloid and collodion. Cellulose acetate is widely used in photographic films and packing materials.